Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do a little empties. So if you've never watched an empties video before, it's basically I've saved up some of the products that I've used up as far as makeup, skincare, sort of things go. And so I've collected what I've used up, and I'm just going to talk you through what I thought of them and whether I'd repurchase them or not. So what's nice about these kinds of videos is, these are things that, I've actually used up. So I have a really good idea of how they worked or didn't work. It's a little bit more thorough than maybe a product that I've just tried a couple of times. So let's get into it, shall we? First thing, well, let me do a couple of these. I have two different Trader Joe's lotion-y things. So this is the Trader Joe's Nourish Shea Butter Hand Cream. I keep these in my purse. These are not only cruelty-free, but this particular lotion is also vegan. And it's just really nice. It's dry hands is one of those things that I cannot, such a first world problem, I know, but I can't stand the feeling of dry hands, so I have lotion around me at all times. So this is always in my purse. And it's, I think, $1.99 or something. Obviously, it's a small bottle, so I go through them relatively quickly. I have tried, I don't know if I tried with this one, to just put more of a different kind of lotion in there, but it's such a pain in the balls, and this is $1.99, so I just repurchase it. But it's a really great thing it's a great travel lotion thing. Next is another Trader Joe's lotion. This is the Midsummer Night's Cream Moisturizing Cream Extra Dry Formula. I love and hate this product. It is a great cruelty-free, very inexpensive, decent size lotion. I like the pump for the most part. I have a few of these. I continue to repurchase them, even though once there's, maybe this much lotion left in the bottle, the pump stops working. And you can move it around a little bit and get a few more uses out of the pump, but after that, you have to unscrew the top and scoop out lotion. I could probably do it with this one. There's a little bit. It's a nice thick formula. It's not scented, which I really appreciate. I don't know, scented lotions, generally speaking, I might like and this has happened a couple times, like the coconut body butter at Trader Joe's. I like the scent for the first sniff or two, and then it makes me feel a little nauseous. So I appreciate that this doesn't smell like anything, but it's incredibly annoying, and I should stop buying it because, product gets wasted. But then again, it's really inexpensive and cruelty-free and nice, and I will probably continue to buy it. And next up is a facial cleanser. This is the Alba Botanical Even Advanced Sea Mineral Cleansing Gel. Foams away impurities for an even complexion, hypoallergenic. It's 100% vegetarian ingredients. No parabens or animal testing. Although parabens, as far as I know, aren't actually really that bad of a product. They're a great preservative that don't play well with some people's skin. But it's just kind of the boogeyman of the moment. Although, feel free to let me know if I'm wrong about that. But this was okay. It smells very clean and kind of manly. It smells like dude's body wash, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't really care too much about fragrance in skincare. I generally prefer that it doesn't have any, because for the most part, it's just irritating to your skin rather than helpful. But for a cleanser that's not actually staying on your skin, you're washing it right off. I don't tend to mind it as much. It was okay. I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because I like to try other things. And the cleanser that I'm using now, the CeraVe, which one? I have one of the CeraVe cleansers, and I really like that one. I use this mostly for cleaning my makeup brushes, because I don't know. You know how you use a product and you can't really explain why you don't like it, but you just don't. That's how I felt with this. So I ended up not using it fully as a face cleanser and used it for my makeup brushes, which actually worked really well for. But you can spend less money on something else too. Okay. Next item, let me just grab in here. Oh, okay. This is the Pixi Glow Tonic. This is, there's a little bit left in there, as you can see. This is a chemical exfoliator, which I really love chemical exfoliators. I know it sounds bad because we've just made the word chemical into a boogeyman again. But chemical exfoliators can actually be much more gentle than a physical scrub. Those can be much more problematic. And this is one of those kind of cult classic favorite products. It smells really nice. It's very kind of floral, but it doesn't smell like perfume, if you know what I mean. I'm sure is it added fragrance? Probably. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit, but it's the last ingredient listed, so it's the least amount in it. That makes sense. This has glycolic acid in it, which apparently does not play well with my skin. I didn't really realize that this wasn't doing my skin any favors until very recently. I was almost out of it. I was one of those products that I would use, then I'd stop using, then I'd use again. But I realized recently that this actually was not being that nice to my skin. I had a lot of breakouts, especially around my chin, along my jawline. And when I started using my Paula's Choice BHA exfoliator, all that went away. And then when I went back to this, it came back. So this, very sadly, doesn't really work with my skin at the moment. But if it's worth trying out if you're in the market for a chemical exfoliator, if you can find some way to sample it just to make sure that it agrees with your skin, that would be great. Or if you have a friend you know who likes it, or you could pass it on to, I don't know. I think this bottle was $15 at Target. Target just started carrying the Pixi skincare. And, you know, tons of people love this. But it didn't work for my skin. So I will sadly not be repurchasing. This is the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer. This is one of the kind of a newer-ish product from Milani. They also have a hydrating one. This is one that's, I guess, marketed more towards oily skin as a mattifying and a pore minimizing primer. It says there right there on the bottle. Again, this is one of those products that I liked it. If I had more of it, I'd continue to use it, but I don't know if I will repurchase it again because I like to try new stuff, and it wasn't so awesome that I'm like, I need to keep this in my life. I didn't find it to be super mattifying, but it definitely, it's very silicone-y, very soft, very smoothing. So I did find that it smoothed my skin out a little bit. I mean, obviously I'm 30 years old. I don't need that much smoothing yet. But it did make a really nice base for my foundation. And it helped it to last a little bit longer. Definitely on drier parts of my skin, like my my cheeks. This really helped to hold product, but my nose, not so much. Not so much. But if you are in the market for just kind of a smoothing primer, I would recommend it. is really the bottom line. It was $10, which is not the cheapest thing in the drugstore, and it feels very light. I mean, I think it feels the same. It feels like it weighs the same as it did when I first bought it, but it has lasted me quite a while, actually. I'll look up. I'm pretty sure I have a record of when I bought this, and if I do, I'll put it below. Now, I didn't use it every day for that entire amount of time, but it did last for a lot longer than I thought it would. There is 0.68 fluid ounces when you first get it, and it's oil-free, if that is a concern. But, you know, hey, it's worth checking out if you're looking for a smoothing primer. Next up, we're back to skincare. This is a Paula's Choice Serum. This is the Skin Balancing Super Antioxidant Concentrate Serum. I don't think I'll repurchase this. I don't know. It's one of those products I didn't really notice any difference in my skin when I would use it. Now, that might be because, you know, there's all this great stuff that's doing lots of great stuff behind the scenes, and I'm not aware of it. That's possible, but I don't know. I mean, it's not a huge amount of product. It did last a pretty decent time. This is something that I would use pretty much every night. Let's see, it's 1 fluid ounce, and it was 30 something, 32, 34. Again, I think I got it on sale. I tend to wait for the Paula's Choice. They'll have like a 20% off sale every once in a while with free shipping, and that's when I'll get my Paula's Choice stuff. But this I will probably not grab again, just because I didn't really notice anything. So, all right, this next thing is not actually empty, but it's really awful. It is the 365 Gentle Skin Cleanser. This is the Whole Foods brand skin cleanser. It says fragrance-free, gentle soap-free cleansing for face and body. I didn't even consider using it on my body. I don't know, but this did not clean my skin at all. If I had any makeup, I would, in fact, the first time I used it, you know, I took my eye makeup off like I would, and then just use this to clean the rest of my face. And I cleansed twice with this. And still, when I went over with my exfoliator, I was probably using this, actually, there was makeup on the cotton pad still. And then I tried it using makeup remover all over my face and then cleansing with this. And there was still makeup on a cotton pad when I did my exfoliator. So, yeah, I don't find this to clean anything at all. So I will definitely not repurchase this. Maybe it would be fine if you never wear any makeup and you don't do anything that makes you a little bit dirty. All right, just a few things left. This next one is a NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. If you don't know, setting spray is designed to make your makeup last a little bit longer. It's different than a finishing spray, which, unless I'm wrong about this, and please correct me if I am, is supposed to just kind of make everything blend together a little bit more. Like if you look a little powdery, finishing spray will take that down. But this is marketed as a setting spray, and let's see, a lightweight, water-based setting spray that keeps your makeup looking matte and amazing through every kind of weather, is the claim on the back. These are a thing at the moment. If you watch any beauty videos on YouTube, most of them, at least the bigger ones, or the bigger channels, will finish their makeup with some setting spray. I don't mind having it around. I don't have any at the moment. I don't find it a necessary part of my routine. And this, and I think the next one also has, this has alcohol as the second ingredient. Now, that's going to help it to do what it claims to do, which is make your makeup last longer. But alcohol is also really drying, or this particular kind of alcohol. There are some that are less problematic, but just the, you know, straight up kind of alcohol that's in this is very drying on the skin. And I find if I use setting sprays consistently every day, my skin does not appreciate it. And, you know, frankly, I'm not on stage. Right now it's fall, so I'm not sweating my makeup off. Not that setting sprays help to prevent that in my experience anyway. So, you know, if you, I'm just going on a rant about setting sprays, and that doesn't, this particular one, let's bring it back, shall we? What I'm basically saying is it's not a necessary part of your routine unless you want to have one around for like a night out, if you want your makeup to last a little bit longer, if you're going to, you know, a function of some kind, they can be helpful. This one was okay, but it was like $8, which again is not that expensive, $8 or $9, but there are other setting sprays in the drugstore for cheaper that did the same thing. I'll talk about one in a moment. They also have a dewy finish setting spray, which I haven't tried because I get dewy enough on my own. Sounded weird, but you know what I mean. I hope. Anyway, so it's okay. It works, but there are cheaper ones that work just as well, is basically what I'm trying to say about that. And on that note, here is one of them. This is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus setting spray. It's got cuter packaging, like the little kind of lens focus. Get it? Nice little spray bottle. Both of these had good sprays. This one was probably just a little bit finer. Do they have the same amount? No, actually, the NYX has a little bit more. This has 60 ml, and the Wet n Wild has 45. This had a bit more of a smell. This smelled a little bit like hairspray, actually, which is probably not great. I got flashbacks from, like, backstage at recitals as a kid. But again, it worked fine. I don't really have any complaints. I didn't notice it specifically messing up my skin, but like I said, I try to keep the setting spray usage to a minimum anyway. Out of those two, though, I would probably just repurchase the Wet n Wild, or e.l.f. also has a $3 setting spray that's quite nice. Except the spray can get a little funky. It is $3. There you go. Next product. We're almost done, guys. This is the Wet n Wild ProLine felt tip liner, which I actually really liked, but it dried out. Or not. There it is. Oh no, it is. Oh, it's gotten a little spotty. But it's a nice felt tip liner. It's a little bit thick. As you can see. Well, oh, there it is. All right, so now I just have to press down, and so then the line becomes even thicker. But again, it's very inexpensive. And even though it's kind of drying out a little bit, the tip didn't get funny, which that doesn't make any sense, does it? But sometimes, especially with cheap felt tip eyeliners, the tip can get really frayed or have little things coming off of it, so then the line becomes all messed up. And that didn't happen with this. So I would definitely recommend this. I'm right now using the Physicians Formula brush tip, which I prefer the brush tip, actually. It's very fine, but it is, you know, like $11, and this is like $2 or $3. So, you know. And it's nice and black when it works. Two more products. One of them is one of the NYX MicroBrow pencils. I've gone through a couple of these. This was in the shade Ash Brown. It's a very similar product to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. The Anastasia definitely lasts a lot longer, though. So if this is a kind of product that you like and you're going to stick with the same shade for a while, I would just save up and get the Anastasia. If you want to play with several different shades, or if you need to change your shade frequently, if you dye your hair or something like that, this is a good dupe for what it is, but it definitely does not last nearly as long. So I think if you were to just purchase this instead of the Anastasia, you would end up spending more money in the long run, is really what I'm trying to say. But it's a great pencil. It's a great dupe otherwise. All right, last but not least is this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I really wanted to love this, even though I hate the name. Seriously. The brush is, it's all right. It's a little bigger than I like. Anyway, but it definitely, it does make your lashes look really nice. It gives them a nice bit of volume. I found this actually, I don't really tend to have a problem with my lashes not curling. I found this to actually help give them a little bit of a lift. But it flaked so bad on me. I just got that kind of dusting of black specks underneath my makeup by the end of the day. And even just applying it, it would be very clumpy and flaky. And I wanted to love this because so many people do. And it just did not work for me. So there's that. But, you know, mascara is a very personal thing. So if you like volume, maybe grab a travel size, small little one like this, just to try it out, because I can see why people love it, but I just found it to flake way too much on me to make me want to buy it again. So there's that. All right, and that is all of my empties. It's so funny because I didn't really have that many products. Usually people will be like, here's an empties video and a giant bag full of stuff. But I still managed to blab on for half an hour, so this will be fun. I personally like long videos because I like to set up my phone. My kitchen sink is right below a window, so I just set up my phone in the windowsill and do dishes, and it makes doing dishes a lot more enjoyable when I'm looking at all of the stuff that I want to buy. But I'm not gonna. Anyway, none of that mattered. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, if they worked for you or if they didn't. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.